ladies. I wanted to do a video covering how to navigate Easter and candy to road trips and really help you stay on track this weekend and not undo all of the hard work and what you've accomplished so far. So we're going to cover a lot of ground in the next few minutes, so I will definitely post notes, and if you have more questions or questions specific to your macros, definitely shoot me an email, a text, or a Facebook message, and I can address them individually. So like I said, I want to cover everything today, from Easter candy to restaurants to cocktails, family parties, that kind of stuff, and then finally road trips. So I know a few of you are going to be traveling this weekend. So here is the first one we're going to talk about is candy, Easter candy. So top 3 do's and don'ts for navigating that candy. So definitely plan for a few pieces of fun-sized candy or some type of Easter treat, whether it's a cupcake, a Rice Krispie treat, slice cake, whatever. Remember to use MyFitnessPal. And make sure that those treats fit within your goals for the day. Like, you might have to cut something earlier in the day because you know that you want that cupcake or whatever later. Make sure that you get your workouts in over the weekend, Friday and Saturday. I would recommend doing some form of HIIT training or a larger muscle group like back or legs, or even just focusing on a combination of full body work. Resistance training can be really helpful and keep that calorie burn going long after your workout is done. So think about, these excess calories that you might be having are really going towards recovery and helping you, build muscle after the workout is done. Don't obsess about that calorie burn on your watch. Those are notoriously off and can really mess us up with an unhealthy relationship about exercise. So just go to the gym, get your workout done, and go home. Make sure that you're hitting your protein and your water for the day early if possible. Try to get in at least 80% of your protein for the day by dinner time or maybe before the event that you guys are going to. Same goes for water. Focusing on those two, on protein and water, will really help offset any cravings you might feel for going overboard on treats that you didn't plan for. And then the last thing regarding candy is don't starve yourself on Monday if you blow it this weekend. It's not going to work. You guys know it'll just leave you frustrated. Just get back on your macros, drink plenty of water, and get in your workout on Monday. Okay, so now let's dive into the other areas of a typical holiday weekend. The first one is restaurants. If you guys are traveling or have family visiting, you're probably going to be dining out a little bit. So remember, try to determine where you're going ahead of time. Most of the time, your friends or your family will kind of, decide where they're going in advance, like earlier in the day, and that'll make it really easy on you. You'll just Google or use MyFitnessPal to find the restaurant that has their nutritional values for all of their meals. Look through the different meals. Normally, there's like a healthy choice area, and you can go with those. If there's a restaurant that, you really want something from there but can't make it fit, definitely reach out to me and ask me and I can make some suggestions. But if there's a particular food that you're craving, like I am really craving red meat and steak right now, so I am definitely going to make that red meat fit my numbers. So another way to make restaurant meals fit your macros is to enter that food choice first and then work your day around it. So if you guys know that family's coming in tomorrow and you're probably going to be dining out tomorrow night, you can kind of start there with, choosing what meal you're going to have at the restaurant ahead of time and then working your way backwards. Like that would be dinner, and then everything else would kind of fit in around it. And then if the nutritional info isn't available, just don't go buck wild. Don't think that your day is ruined because you're going somewhere with no macro information. There's always healthier choices. So pick something that you think would best fit your macros. And if the restaurant doesn't have information, always go for the safer options and use your common sense. Go with chicken, maybe request it with no butter or oil, or if you decide that you're going to make a salad fit your numbers, remember to order the dressing on the side or order a lower fat option dressing, something along those lines. Okay, so that's restaurants. The next thing is family meals and Easter dinner and Easter lunches. So if it's possible, and I know you ladies that are, here in South Texas, we have these huge Mexican families who just kind of like bring whatever, and I totally understand. But if possible, try to find out what is going to be served ahead of time. For us and my family, it's typically barbecue, so that makes it a little bit easier for me. But try to find out ahead of time what you guys are having. And so, again, you can search through MyFitnessPal to research recipes that are maybe similar. So definitely look at, like potato salads or, brisket, that kind of stuff is typically on MyFitnessPal. So just, again, use common sense. Make sure that the choice that you are going with on MyFitnessPal to log it, make sure that it lists the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fats. You want to have all of those listed on there. Remember that MyFitnessPal is a crowd-sourced or user-sourced database. So you want to make sure that you have all of those items listed on there when you're choosing your foods at Thanksgiving, at Easter lunch or dinner. The second thing, if there's just absolutely no way that you can track this weekend, the next thing you're going to want to do is portion control. So utilize that hand sizing method to determine your portion servings. So, for example, the palm is going to be a 3 or 4 ounce lean protein. Your thumbnail, I can't see it. Your thumbnail will be your fats, so like your butter, oils. Your thumb will be salad dressing and peanut butter. Ooh. And then fist is typically about a cup. So for those, it would be casseroles, vegetables, that kind of stuff. A cupped hand is going to be your starches, so rice, potatoes. And then 2 cupped hands will be pretzels, chips, crackers, those kind of foods. And again, use common sense, ladies. Fill your plate first with lean proteins and steamed vegetables if they're available. Then add in those starches like potatoes or rice or like the casserole type stuff. Okay, so that is for the family meal. So again, if you are joining family or going, with your family somewhere else or to another hosted family's Easter lunch or dinner, again, aim to eat most of your macros, about, anywhere between 70 to 80% of them before you go to that Easter dinner or Easter lunch. Choose foods early in the day that are whole or minimally processed, lower in carbohydrates and fats. You can also practice a little bit of intermittent fasting. For us, we will be eating at 2 on Saturday and then at 11:30 on Sunday. So I'm kind of lucky in that on Sunday I don't really care for like the foods that they serve, so it's not a big deal. Like I just will fast until we get back to the house. So I don't know if that's like an option for you, but it definitely maybe will work for you if you can do it. If you are going to practice intermittent fasting, just make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, plenty of BCAAs, and that you are not overdoing it on the caffeine, because that will definitely make you hungrier. So then, if you are going to eat before the Easter lunch or dinner, make sure that you try to get a small meal anywhere between 150 to 250 calories an hour to 2 hours prior to the Easter lunch or Easter dinner. And this is just in an effort to keep your hunger to a minimum while you're at the family lunch or dinner, so that way you don't get there starving, right? And focus on taste. You know, if you're at a family gathering and you have, an aunt or, your mom or your grandmother who makes some amazing dish, definitely, have some, enjoy it. But just make sure that you're filling your plate with tastes of it, so smaller portions of each of the things. Make sure that you're setting realistic expectations. Like I said earlier, aim to hit your protein early in the day. Save your carbs and your fat intake to consume at the event, so at the Easter lunch or dinner. And then, bring a healthy dish. That is always a great option, because you know that for sure that what you brought will fit your macros, and is something that you enjoy eating. So you might not be able to control what your family brings, but you can control what you bring. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as you're doing your, Easter food shopping or whatever, prep shopping for the weekend. Something like tomorrow, I'm making a healthy, like a cleaned up spinach dip for my families, and then a vegetable tray. So we're notorious for bringing the veggie tray that nobody else eats, but we eat it, so that's all that matters, right? And then don't forget water. Drink tons and tons of water. If you're going to be having cocktails or maybe glasses of wine over the weekend with your family, friends, just be mindful of how much you consume. You could end up feeling bloated, and that sucks. And then too, it's so many wasted carbohydrates on that cocktail, especially for those of you who are eating at who are on a cut right now or at a caloric deficit. It's really hard to make a glass of wine fit, or if it does fit, you have to give up food, which you probably don't want to do, right? So if you are going to have a glass of wine or a cocktail with, Easter festivities going on, make sure that you're having a glass of water in between each cocktail or glass of wine. And then especially make sure that you are getting in that gallon of water every day over the weekend. Okay, so I have covered candy, and I've covered restaurants, and I've covered family meals and Easter, I can't do my finger, Easter lunches, dinner. So the last thing we're going to talk about is road trips. So I know a few of you are traveling over the weekend. This is super simple, guys. Pack a small cooler. If you're traveling by car, pack a small cooler with ice. Fill it with hard-boiled eggs, non-fat Greek yogurt, tuna salad made with real mayo or mustard. Chicken salad is also a good option. Deli-style, nitrate-free roasted turkey or chicken breast, like basically, deli meat, but make sure it's, nitrate-free if you can find it. Extra water. And then at convenience stores, you're going to want to look for roasted almonds, individual servings of peanut butter packs.
And a lollipop.
And a lollipop. Peanut butter packs, beef jerky, Quest brand protein bars are a good option, or the Think Thin bars are also another option. Pretzel chips, sugar-free gum, flavored sparkling water, and I'm going to post a list up after the video as well, so that can help you. Sparkling water, I think I got everything. And then just be mindful of what you're eating while you're on the road. You know, it's really easy to munch on snacks just kind of out of boredom because you're in the car for so long. So just do your best to recognize the difference between true hunger and boredom, right? And drink plenty of water, chew some sugar-free gum, and then whatever you snack on, try to snack on something that's higher in protein, high-fat options like hard-boiled eggs, nuts, or nut butters, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think that I have covered everything. If you ladies have specific questions, on how to navigate this weekend or maybe adjusting your numbers for the weekend, just ask. I am happy to help you and help you figure out what we can do if we need to make adjustments over the weekend. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.